Carjackings in Cook County are on pace to be the worst in 2 decades. According to the sheriff's office, carjackings have increased by nearly 44% this year compared to the same period last year. In March, a task force was formed by the Chicago Police Department, the Cook County Sheriff's Office, and the Illinois State Police, along with other law enforcement agencies, to try and put the brakes on carjackings. Joining us now with more is Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart. Sheriff, welcome back. So, what prompted the county to create this database that you all have made?
You know, we've been partnered up with CPD, who's been doing an incredible job in this. And the point I always try to make, Brandis, is that, yeah, this is horrible, but it's going on all around the country. I mean, whether you're talking about Minneapolis, where it's gone up 500%, New York has gone up like 80%. It's happening everywhere. It's horrible. And so it's difficult for all the departments. But the notion was the first thing we really need to do is, in addition to obviously solving the crimes, is to get the data so we can start analyzing who's doing it, where they're occurring more often, and then we can develop strategies.
And how was this data collected? Was it based on reports?
Yeah, you know, Chicago already had great data, so that was just a question of taking all that and putting it into dashboard form. But for suburban Cook County, we knew that they were also being plagued by this as well, and that was all over the board. Some departments had really good data, others did not at all, and so it took us a while to bring it together. And in doing that, we have really a complete picture of the county now.
And Sheriff, you said, that this is up all over the country by as much as, would you say, 500% in some cities. But what do we know about why carjackings are up so much this year?
You know, people have been attempting to come up with that explanation, and there's a myriad of them. You know, people do mention COVID and some of the issues with that, because over half of the carjackings are done by juveniles. And during COVID, so many of the after-school programs, so many of them, school itself were canceled. And so there was less for kids to do and a lot of idle time. So that was part of it. But there was other dynamics coming into play too. I mean, think about it for a second, Brandis. And not too long ago, if you had an individual with a mask on come anywhere near you, you knew trouble was afoot. Now everyone has a mask on, so it makes it, people put their guard down. But more importantly, as far as trying to arrest and prosecute people, it's much more difficult because the norm is everyone wears masks. So there's a load of factors coming into play here. But now, having data, we're able to make a better effort at it, and we're seeing results too, Brandis, and we're recovering cars at a much higher rate than we had done just a year ago. And a big factor is too that we've cut in time the amount of time the car is actually gone. So we've cut in half the amount of time it takes for a car to be recovered, so it can't be used in a crime then during that, obviously.
Okay, so we have a heat map basically that shows that the west side is the epicenter of carjackings this year, west side of Chicago, and obviously a little bit of surrounding area. And of course, we know that the CPD has formed a task force that's included your office. What kind of information are you sharing between agencies?
Literally everything. And part of it has been very helpful in ways that I don't know if we fully appreciated at the time too, because we're getting much more live time information. But in doing that, as we all know, car chases are something that can go dramatically wrong in a hurry. So by looking at the data, we were able to find a lot of the patterns so that we knew when we'd have our task force, different departments adding much more personnel, when to have that activated, because we couldn't do it around the clock because all of us are stretched very thin, but also when to have our helicopters up. And Brandis, we've had numerous cases where in the past you would have had to call off because you can't pursue the vehicle. The helicopter followed the vehicle and there was someone at the other end waiting for them to make the arrest. So those type of things have been very, very helpful, but we have a long way to go. And I can't emphasize enough, Chicago, the federal agencies, the state police, we're all working together on this one, and it is very vexing.
So, like you said, you've learned some information from this data, and according to that database, carjackings occur more often on Tuesdays. The west side, as we said, is a hotspot. 2/3 of the victims have been men, and the most targeted vehicle is the Toyota Camry. What other patterns have you all noticed?
That it was interesting because once we started looking at what cars were targeted, not only does it give an individual reason now to have your guard up if you have one of those cars, but why were they targeting that cars? For the Camrys, it was because it seemed as if because there's so many of them, it was easier then to subsequently use in a crime. Whereas the second car was a Jeep Cherokee, I believe it was. And that one, it was more because those were ones that were targeted for secondary sales. And so we were able to start developing that. We had better ideas on whether or not there was crews that were operating. And Brandis, the one thing I can't emphasize enough to you, it goes from the juveniles who by and large are doing it for joyrides with guns, but with guns that scare people to death, rightfully so, to the other end where it's very professional and they are wildly sophisticated with their fobs and reprogramming that where they can walk onto car lots and they steal cars right off the lots because they have fobs that open doors and start cars up.
Okay. Last month, we know that Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle said that 2 suspects tried to carjack her security in front of her Hyde Park home. What other, you mentioned, being able to use the helicopter. What other kind of tactics are you and the other law enforcement agencies deploying to stop these carjackings?
The big thing, to be honest with you, Brandis, was the fact that once we found the dates, and that's moved around a little bit, but then we adjust as well. Once we found the dates and times that were the ones that were being, where the most people were being victimized, we were able to concentrate our forces on those days. And I can't emphasize enough to you, our department, all the departments, CPD, State Police, we're making arrests now. So we're making more recoveries, definitely. We're making more arrests. Definitely. So we're seeing some of that, and that's all being driven by us having better ideas on what types of cars, and when this is occurring.
Sheriff, we also mentioned that 2/3 of the victims have been men. I don't know if that was surprising that more victims were men than women, but also, what is your advice to motorists to avoid a carjacking, but what they should do if it looks like they're about to be a victim?
The one thing that you tell people over again, you can always get your property back. You cannot save your life. Fighting these off is not a good idea. Give people your car. I've had this very discussion with my own children who are just starting to drive. You start with that, but while you are driving, you just have to be very aware, which is counter to the culture we're in right now. Right now, people, in spite of it being illegal, are constantly on their phones. They're looking at emails or looking at texts and things like that. And you set yourself up to be more of a victim if you're not engaged. So you really have to be on your toes more. And it's sad to say that, but you should be anyways. And certainly you shouldn't be on your phone.
Sheriff, a few weeks ago, switching gears just a little bit, you filed suit against the Illinois Department of Corrections over about 500 or so detainees who are in your custody, who should be in the state's custody, but your petition was denied. What does this mean for the jail? Do you have any other recourse?
I wish we did, Brandis, because this is something where we've exhausted everything. This has been going on for a year and a half now, so it isn't as if it's just happened for a couple days. For over a year and a half, at one time we had over 1,000 people we were sitting on. And to put that in perspective, that means I have to open up buildings that have long been closed, and then I have to ask my staff, or mandate my staff, not ask them, they have to stay after work. They have to do an additional shift. And so there's a high burnout factor on my staff that already it's a very difficult job as it is. Then with all the COVID mitigation things that we do make it even more difficult. And now I'm asking people, telling people that you can't go home to whatever event you might have had set up because we have to watch a building that should be closed because the State Department of Corrections, or Illinois Department of Corrections, won't take people that there's no discussion. They all know legally they're not supposed to be with me, but they're saying because of mitigation issues, which I find so perplexing because everyone says, things are under control, things have dropped, we've got vaccinations going on, all the rest of it. Well, if that's the case, why am I still sitting on about 600 people, which represents, Brandis, about 1/10 of my population here?
Okay, that's substantial. And I think IDOC has said that they are trying to take them as they are able to. But of course, this is something that I'm sure you'll keep us informed on. Sheriff Tom Dart, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Brandis. Thank you.